Hello everyone and welcome to Bell Explains. In this video, I will be explaining 1.1 integers. Integers are whole numbers represented by positive or the negative sign. Take a look at self-practice 1.1a. For each of the following situations, represent the two opposite changes using a positive number and a negative number. As you can see, the plane flies at 1,000 meters above sea level, while the submarine moves 250 meters below sea level. Hence, the plane is at positive 1,000 meters, while the submarine is at negative 250 meters. Making a profit of Rm 2000 indicates growth, denoting a positive value. While incurring a loss of Rm 500 denotes a negative value. As mentioned earlier, integers are whole numbers represented by positive or negative sign. Decimals and fractions are not whole numbers. Take a look at self-practice 1.1b. In the following table, mark tick for numbers which are integers and mark X for numbers which are non-integers. Since decimals and fractions are not whole numbers, they cannot be integers. This is a fraction. This is a whole number. This is a whole number. This is a decimal. Whole number, decimal, whole number, fraction, whole number. Copy the diagram on the right. Select integers from the following list of numbers and write them in the diagram. So integers are whole numbers with the positive or negative symbol. So since this is a decimal, it cannot be an integer. Fraction, decimal, fraction. So these numbers are integers. Let's copy them into the diagram. Next, let's take a look at self-practice 1.1c. For each of the following, determine and mark the positions of the given integers on a number line. First, let's draw a number line and indicate 0. The bigger the positive value, the further it is to the right. So in this case, 1 and 5, 5 is a bigger positive value, hence it will be further down the right. -5 and -3. The bigger negative value will be further down to the left. So in this case, -5 will be further down to the left, while -3 is in between -5 and 0. In this case, 2 is the only positive value, hence it will be on the right. -8 and -10. -10 will be the more negative value, hence it will be further down the left. Complete each of the following number lines. This number line uses the multiples of 4. Knowing that multiples of 4 are 4, 8, and 12, let's fill in the number line. In between -4 and 4, 0. 0 minus 4 is -4. -4 minus 4 will be -8. 0 plus 4 is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. Next, let's see the common progression in this number line. Between -32 and -24, there are 8 digits. Which means in between all of these numbers, there should be 8 digits in between. So -24 to the number on the right will be of a lesser negative value. So -24 minus 8 will be 16. -32 to the left will be of more negative value. As you can see, in between all these numbers, there are 8 digits. Moving on to self-practice 1.1d, compare and arrange -4, 3, 1, -6, 5, 0, and -2 in ascending order. Ascending order means smallest to largest. So the smallest number in this sequence is -6, then -4, -2, 0, 1, 3, and 5. Next, compare and contrast -5, -3, 3, 4, -4, 2, and -1 in descending order. Descending means largest to smallest. So let's start with the biggest positive value. Then 3, 2, -1, -3, and -5. Oops. There. To wrap up 1.1 integers, let's do mastery Q 1.1. If positive 20 represents 20 meters above sea level, then -20 represents. So since positive 20 represents 20 meters above sea level, so -20 should represent 20 meters below sea level. If positive 90 represents a movement of 90 meters to the north, then -90 should represent 90 meters to the south. If positive 80 represents RM80 being credited into a savings account, then RM80 being debited into a savings account is represented by positive 800. If positive 1000 represents a profit of RM1000, then a loss of RM1000 is represented by negative 1000. Since positive 1000 is profit, a loss should be represented by a negative value. State the following numbers using positive or negative. 80 less than 0. Any number less than 0 should be represented by the negative sign. 76 more than 0. Any number more than 0 should be represented by a positive sign. Next, list all integers between -8 to 4. -8, -7, -6, -5, -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. From -12 to -2, -12, -11, -10, -9, -8, -7, -6, -5, -4, -5, -4, -3, -2. Determine whether each of the following numbers is an integer. As I mentioned earlier, decimals and fractions are not integers. So this is not an integer. Whole number, whole number, whole number, whole number, whole number, and whole number. Compare and arrange the following values of temperature in the order beginning from the coldest temperature, -3 degrees, 2, -4, 1, and 4. The lowest temperature is denoted by a more negative value. So in this case, it will be -4, then -3, 1, 2, and 4.